The Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Give to the running back. Plows through the defense. Still running at the 40. Turns it on down the left side. 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense set on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab on the left. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's. Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that can change the game. Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinators seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
Got him downfield. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Looking to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in. It's Gibson. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
They want to run this quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. And right down the middle. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Fighting off the defender. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. On the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, on 3rd and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the... And it's caught! Touchdown, Southern Cal! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback extends the play. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels. After
the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Dugan. He looks that one in nicely. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. He'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, no! And once he got loose, it was all over. On to attempt the try. Splits the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Texas has a lead right now in Austin, but they've been in a dogfight so far and just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Colorado State. any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move them.
And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Looking downfield, it's Dugan. Buys a little extra time. He'll pull it down. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they get right back to it.
On second down, wants to throw it. Trying to get to it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, that's a killer. Second and inches, you want to take a shot and make a big play, but now it turns a third down situation that could have been really good to a third and long, and this offense now has to execute at a high level.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
I'll tell you what, after that big gainer on third down, you might think about your quarterback running it again down here. It's hard to throw down close inside the 10-yard line. You've got to have some designed QB runs.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Well, he's been showing off his skill and athleticism all game long so far. He's got speed, he's got quickness, he can make people miss, he can break tackles, and with that run, he's now at 100 yards rushing in the game. This dude is a weapon.
And wings it incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Back to throw. It's Dugan. Spits it out to the back. Zings it complete to the right. The expressway is wide open. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quick release on the RPO. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really...
What a snag by the defense. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over you guys.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On second down, he'll fire. He fires one deep down the right side. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They go to the ground. He's there to make the stop.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Florida State. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. This Mike backer showing some versatility. Think he always just has to stay home and play the run? Was bringing the pass rush that time.
No, this ain't old school football anymore, Reese. These guys got to be so athletic, and you see them blitz and run games and all the different things.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Unleashes one deep.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. And the Noles will hustle to the line. Extending the play. Touchdown, Noles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Dugan. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
It's 2nd down.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give him.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
Corners are going to bail. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
To the air on 1st down. Buys a little time. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Dugan coming after him. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
42, USC, 14.
And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Gibson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Wide open downfield. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
My God, rolling on the floor laughing.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Coming up, 4th down.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pressure coming. Gets away from one. Throws to the wideout. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that.
And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojan.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Dumps it to the back. It's complete to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers and
unloads it downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
These DBs better stay ready because even though they're trailing by a lot in this game, the opponent's not trying to run the ball and bleed. They are still taking shots, so you're going to have to continue to try to make plays back there deep.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Quickly out to the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
I'll tell you what, when you see a tight end come that open, a lot of times it had something to do with the wide receivers running down the middle of the field, stretching those safeties, and he just slips out and kind of gets lost, and the tight end was wide open on the outer part of the field.
At the 35, he's loose. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Florida State. And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes his connection. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw, it's Dugan. Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Working that left side now. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Grab near the marker. It's Duarte. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Going to try to get it himself. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, USC.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Floating away.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Going up top. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Dugan. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Offense needs a couple of yards on fourth down. Remember, they can get the first down without getting it into the end zone.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Florida State.
Bunch formation for these receivers. On fourth down, going to the air. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his third receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick. Nothing but green ahead. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I'll tell you, you got to be careful if you're the defense right now because you're behind. I know you want to be aggressive. You might want to start blitzing, getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, but this offense is going to take opportunity.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, no! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
They're going to have Noel Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. To the air, it's Dugan. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They keep attacking through the air. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Trying to get to it. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the big fella. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got the back in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. And the Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets a big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Firing to the right, complete. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
4th down coming up.
Here we go with the run on 4th down. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the 4th.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Dugan. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on it today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Going for it all. It's complete. A huge pickup. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They want to just keep throwing it. Stands in and takes the hit. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Seminoles moving quickly to the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. He'll take the deep shot. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He wants to throw. On the run, still looking. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Time to take a shot. He caught it. Touchdown, Seminole. And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Bought a little time. Lets it go. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Unloads to the wideout. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Bounce right back to them.
Out of all the ways to get a first down, that's how the offense chose to do it. I mean, make the mistake, throw the interception, Palmer, but heads-up play, force the fumble, and recover it. First down.
And, David, you know the quarterback's counting his lucky stars. That was a bad decision. That should be the defense's ball. Luckily, they fumble it. His teammates get it back to give him another chance.
So they'll try to make up some of that ground on second down from the 16. Dropping back, it's Dugan. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Coming after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas State went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Bobcats. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Looking to scramble. He's going up top here late in the game. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. Just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
This time it's complete. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
They'll throw it on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not
and that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
Heat up them pass rushers. bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Gets rid of it. Pulls it in. It's Thompson. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And first down for the offense.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get